It is indeed surprising to understand how a non-violent resistance movement can prove effective against the Indian struggle against British imperialism. Hello and welcome to UPSC History View. Today, let's learn about Satyagraha. Satyagraha, a concept introduced in the early 20th century by Mahatma Gandhi to designate a determined but non-violent resistance to evil. Gandhi's Satyagraha became a major tool in the Indian struggle against British imperialism and has since been adopted by protest groups in other countries. According to this philosophy, Satyagrahis, that is practitioners of Satyagraha, achieve correct insight into the real nature of an evil situation by observing a non-violence of the mind, by seeking truth in a spirit of peace and love, and by undergoing a rigorous process of self-scrutiny. In so doing, the Satyagrahi encounters truth in the absolute. By refusing to submit to the wrong or to cooperate with it in any way, the Satyagrahi asserts that truth. Throughout the confrontation with evil, the Satyagrahi must adhere to non-violence. For to employ violence would be to lose correct insight. Satyagrahis always warn their opponents of their intentions. Satyagraha forbids any tactic suggesting the use of secrecy to one's advantage. Satyagraha includes more than civil disobedience. Its full range of application extends from the details of correct daily living to the construction of alternative political and economic institutions. Satyagraha seeks to conquer through conversion. In the end, there is neither defeat nor victory, but rather a new harmony. Satyagraha draws from the ancient Indian ideal of ahimsa or non-injury, which is pursued with particular rigor by Jains, many of whom live in Gujarat, where Gandhi grew up. In developing ahimsa into a modern concept with broad political consequences as Satyagraha, Mahatma Gandhi also drew from the writings of Leo Tolstoy and Henry David Thoreau, from the Bible and from the Bhagavad Gita, on which he wrote a commentary. Gandhi first conceived Satyagraha in 1906 in response to a law discriminating against Asians that was passed by the British colonial government of the Transvaal in South Africa. In 1917, the first Satyagraha campaign in India was mounted in the indigo-growing district of Champaran. During the following years, fasting and economic boycotts were employed as methods of Satyagraha in India until the British left the country in 1947. Critics of Satyagraha, both in Gandhi's time and subsequently, have argued that it is unrealistic and incapable of universal success, since it relies upon a high standard of ethical conduct in the opponent, the representative of evil, and demands an unrealistically strong level of commitment from those struggling for social amelioration. Nonetheless, Satyagraha played a significant role in the civil rights movement led by Martin Luther King Jr. in the United States and has spawned a continuing legacy in South Asia itself. Thank you for listening to this discussion on Satyagraha. For more such discussions, visit upscpractice.com and install the UPSC Practice app from the App Store.